and welcome back to our short series, Trauma Awareness and Healing. In our second episode, Dr. Tekla Namachanja talks about the impacts of trauma experienced by victims of violence that was witnessed around the Mount Elgon region. Welcome.
As I had mentioned earlier, the major violent conflicts in Mount Elgon took place in 2008. And during these conflicts, I was one of the people who went there through PACT Kenya to create awareness about the traumatic impact of violence to communities. Actually, what we did, the entry point was women. What we did was to have 3 days of mourning in one community. We moved to the next community, had another 3 days of mourning, because that is what women wanted most. Then last year, 2020, in September, I received a call from one of the women who participated in the 2008 trauma healing sessions. And her call was urging us as Shalom Center for Counseling and Development to go in the community and support them. She mentioned that many people are still hurting, that there are sentences that youths are making that makes women fear. Sentences, for example, like wait until 2022. Next year, 2022, is an electioneering year for Kenyans. And that is the time that politicians incite communities to fight each other. So the fear of these women was like, if we don't do anything, we might have youths carrying out revenge activities. Like many, I wondered, it has been so many years, where was I going to start from? So while the international national community may think that the situation is okay in these conflict areas, it's actually not okay for the affected people. Because unlike international conflicts, for intra-conflicts, we fight among each other, neighbor against neighbor, some with even blood relationships. So we have so many triggers. For example, there is a woman who shared how whenever she goes on the market, she meets somebody she suspects to have killed her husband. And in most cases, this person will be wearing a shirt of her husband. Another one shared how whenever she walks, she meets somebody she suspects is the one who came to pick the husband, and the husband disappeared. And whenever they meet, he takes another route and he will not like to stay closer to her. So the trauma is so much and it needs attention. Unfortunately, the world will have forgotten this region. Actors will have moved elsewhere. And I also know that so many people in this region were affected by trauma. Actually, we are talking of over 100,000 people. How are we going to go about it?